On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Assemble.
To collect in one place as a single group.
Examples:
Assemble your colleagues. Assemble a jigsaw puzzle. The president began to assemble an army.
Emerge.
To move out of or away from something and become visible.
Examples:
Emerge as a butterfly. Emerge from poverty. During colonial eras, new migratory patterns emerged.
Savanna.
A mixed forest and grassland ecosystem where the trees are far enough apart that the canopy doesn't close.
Examples:
Savanna region. Tropical savanna. The birds live in tropical forests, savannas, and arid semi-desert environments.
Co-worker.
A person who works with another in the same company or organization.
Examples:
Coworker relationship. Argue with a coworker. My ex-coworker and I had different working styles, but managed to get along.
Sibling.
A brother or sister, member of a family born to the same parents.
Examples:
Have a sibling quarrel. Play with my siblings. Children often copy their parents or elder siblings.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Endlessly.
In a way that continues for a long time or seems to have no end or limit.
Examples:
Repeat endlessly. Worry endlessly about our future. The procession of demonstrators was endlessly continuing.
Distance.
The amount of space between 2 points, measured in units such as miles, meters, or kilometers, the extent, scope, or range between two things, such as distance or emotional distance.
Examples:
Driving distance. Social distance. The marathon runner covered a long distance in a short amount of time.
Dot.
A very small circular mark, especially one that is printed.
Examples:
Connecting the dots. Dot blot method. The wallpaper had a pattern of pink dots on a white surface.
Vast.
Enormous in size, number, amount, or quantity.
Examples:
Vast majority. Vast desert. A vast audience viewed the broadcast.
Fabric.
Cloth or other material produced by weaving wool, cotton, silk, etc., used for making clothes, covering furniture, etc.
Examples:
A hand-loomed fabric. Fabric of creation. These synthetic fabrics are used in military vests because of their excellent abrasion resistance.
Humanity.
All people living on the earth, the quality or state of being human rather than an animal, a machine, etc.
Examples:
Humanity at large. Mass of humanity. They donated large sums of money for the development of humanity.
Embedded.
Fixed firmly into the surface of something.
Examples:
Embedded systems. LED embedded glass. The embedded chip in my credit card allows me to make contactless payments.
Colleague.
One of a group of a coworker, especially in a profession or a business.
Examples:
Collaborate with colleagues. Former colleague. I decided to seek counseling on the advice of my colleague.
Fowl.
Birds that are kept for their meat or eggs, particularly domesticated birds, including chickens, ducks, and turkeys.
Examples:
Chicken fowl. Fowl farm. We had roasted fowl for dinner, and it was delicious.
Mathematics.
The science dealing with the logic of quantities, shapes, spaces, and arrangement.
Examples:
A good grounding in mathematics. Mathematics competition. He has a flair for mathematics.
Biology.
The scientific study of life and the natural processes of living things.
Examples:
Evolutionary biology. Cell and molecular biology. In junior high school, we had to dissect a frog in biology class.
Psychology.
The scientific study of mind and behavior.
Examples:
Psychology experiment. Psychology of crowd. She had a master's degree in psychology.
Govern.
To legally control and direct a country, city, group of people, etc., and be responsible for introducing new laws, organizing and maintaining public services.
Examples:
A nation's right to govern. Govern a public enterprise. The regulations governing medical malpractice claims are rigorous.
Operate.
To work in a particular way, to supervise something.
Examples:
operate 24 hours a day. Manually operate a machine. This machine is too difficult to operate for me.
Advantage:
a condition or circumstance that puts one in a favorable or superior position, a beneficial feature or asset that someone or something has.
Examples:
score an advantage. Take advantage of his weak points. One of the main advantages of the new product is its increased efficiency.
Insight:
the ability to gain an accurate and deep understanding of people or situations, an accurate and deep understanding of what something is like.
Examples:
a profound insight. Share my insights. We gained various insights by analyzing the vast amount of data owned by the company.
Improve:
to make or become better.
Examples:
improve a process. Improve the test score. We want to improve ties between our two countries.
Tackle:
to try to deal with a complex problem or situation.
Examples:
tackle the issue. Help tackle climate change. The government is determined to tackle sharp inflation.
Predict:
to state beforehand that something will happen in the future, mainly based on knowledge or experience.
Examples:
predict the future. Predict when she will arrive. It's notoriously challenging to predict birth rates.
Epidemic:
the widespread outbreak of a particular disease in a large number of people at the same time.
Examples:
a worldwide epidemic. Health epidemic. The disease is now reaching epidemic proportions in our country.
Nation:
a large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
nation state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Physician:
a medical doctor who practices medicine.
Examples:
the advice of the physician. Consult with a physician. She visited the local physician to seek treatment for her persistent headache.
Laboratory:
a workplace for doing scientific research or teaching science, a lab.
Examples:
laboratory accident. Anthropology laboratory. Animal protection groups call for an end to animal testing in a laboratory.
Prevalence:
the state or condition of being widespread or common, the extent or frequency of occurrence of a disease or condition in a given population at a specific time.
Examples:
Prevalence rate. High prevalence of a diabetes. The prevalence of allergies has increased in recent years.
Incidence.
The frequency or rate at which a particular event or condition occurs within a specific population, group, or area. The occurrence or manifestation of something, especially something harmful or unpleasant.
Examples.
Incidence rate. High incidence of disease. The incidence of crime has decreased in the neighborhood since the new security measures were put in place.
Patient.
A person who is receiving medical treatment, care, or attention from a healthcare professional, such as a doctor, nurse, or therapist, a personal quality or characteristic.
Examples.
Patient in the hospital. Patient with weight loss. The doctor carefully examined the patient's medical history.
Diagnose.
To determine or distinguish the nature of a problem or an illness through a careful analysis.
Examples.
Diagnose the problem. Diagnose with CT scans. This device is used to diagnose brain cancer and other tumors.
Repository.
A place where things are stored in large quantities and can be found.
Examples.
Wine repository. Repository of useful knowledge. The ocean is a rich repository of natural resources.
Delay.
To cause something to happen at a later time than originally intended or expected.
Examples.
Delay a flight 3 hours. Delay the new project. We delayed the payment because of an incorrect invoice.
Smoothly.
In a way that is steady, even, or without problems, without interruption or difficulty, with ease.
Examples.
Smoothly transition. Smoothly operate. The project went smoothly and was completed ahead of schedule.
Promulgate.
To make known or announce officially, to publicly declare or communicate a law, rule, belief, or idea.
Examples.
Promulgate guidelines. Promulgate new regulations. The government issued a decree to promulgate new laws regarding environmental conservation.
Influenza.
Formal for flu, a highly contagious viral disease that causes fever, severe aching, and catarrh and often occurs in epidemics.
Examples.
An epidemic outbreak of influenza. Influenza B strain. The research institute allocated a lot of money to study the cause and prevention of influenza.
Warn.
To make someone aware of potential danger or difficulty, particularly one that may occur in the future.
Examples.
Warn a reckless driver. Warned me of the plan. I attempted to warn him, but he ignored me.
Detection.
The act of discovering or identifying the presence of something.
Examples:
detection by the security software. Importance of early detection. This smartphone has a collision detection function.
Germ.
A very tiny living that causes the disease, a piece of something such as an organism, concept, etc., capable of growing into a new one or part of one.
Examples:
antibiotic-resistant germ. A germ-free environment. The germ of his idea came from watching birds flying in flocks.
Contagion.
The spread of a disease or harmful influence from one person or thing to another.
Examples:
a contagion of fear. Contagion effect. The government has implemented measures to prevent the contagion of COVID-19, such as social distancing and mandatory mask wearing.
Abstract.
Based on general ideas, feelings, or qualities and not on any of physical or concrete existence.
Examples:
an abstract noun. Abstract science. The invention of the camera triggered the development of abstract painting.
Patriotism.
Love and loyalty to one's country.
Examples:
the spirit of patriotism. Fanatic patriotism. His actions were a testament to his deep love and patriotism for his country. Altruism. The belief or practice of disinterested and selfless concern for the well-being of others, unselfish devotion to the welfare of others, often expressed as acts of kindness or charity.
Examples:
acts of altruism. Altruism in society. His act of volunteering at the homeless shelter was a clear example of practical altruism.
Religion.
A deep conviction in a supernatural power that controls human destiny.
Examples:
religion sociology. Freedom of religion. Their religion strictly prohibits them from drinking or gambling.
Diet.
The food and drink that a person, animal, or community eats and drinks regularly. A legislative assembly in certain countries, for example, Japan.
Examples:
eat a vegetarian diet. Diet approval. A balanced diet is more important for health than supplements.
Helmet.
A protective covering for the head, worn for safety or as part of a uniform or ceremonial dress.
Examples:
helmet size. Safety helmet. The worker survived the impact because they were wearing sturdy helmets.
Electron.
A tiny particle with a negative electrical charge.
Examples:
Flow of electrons. Beam of electrons. The outermost electron shell determines the chemical properties of an atom.
Interpersonal.
Connected with relationships between people.
Examples:
Communication and interpersonal skills. Interpersonal situations. Interpersonal rejection and acceptance are both psychologically significant events.
Diffusion.
A spreading motion in multiple directions.
Examples:
The diffusion of knowledge. Diffusion of lightning. Due to the diffusion of television and video, cinema theaters had a small audience.
Innovation.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation.
Examples:
Innovation leader. Cutting-edge innovation. The vegetarian burger was an innovation that quickly spread to the United Kingdom.
Mechanism.
A part of a machine, or a set of parts that performs a task, a natural or established process that occurs during a specific situation or reaction.
Examples:
The mechanism for DNA replication. Defense mechanism. He discovered unique mechanisms for photochemical reactions.
Probable.
Likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
Probable outcome. Probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Classic.
Judged or deserving to be regarded as one of the best or most important of its kind over a period of time, of a well-known type.
Examples:
A classic experiment. Chinese classic literature. He displayed the classic symptoms of depression.
Adoption.
The action or fact of legally taking another's child as one's own, the act of accepting with approval.
Examples:
Adoption assistance. The adoption of a plan. The adoption process can be long and difficult, but it is worth it for the love of a child.
Curve.
A bend or angle in a line or surface that deviates from a straight or flat path, a gradual or smooth change in direction or shape.
Examples:
Learning curve. Yield curve. The curve in the road was so sharp that I had to slow down to navigate it safely.
Affected.
Influenced, feeling or showing emotion, especially exaggerated emotion, not natural or sincere.
Examples:
Affected way of walking. The affected part. Her affected accent made it difficult to take her seriously.
Sigmoid.
Relating to or shaped like the letter S.
Examples:
Sigmoid curve. Sigmoid artery. The doctor examined the sigmoid colon to check for any abnormalities.
Infect.
To affect a person, an animal, or a plant with a disease-causing organism.
Examples:
Infect other animal species. Infect a computer with a virus. Children often infect parents with this head cold.
Forth.
Forward, outward, or onward in location, direction, or progress, into view or consideration, with confidence, boldness, or in the open.
Examples:
Bring forth a beautiful vase. Call forth demand. I pushed forth with my new project, even though it would take much hard work.
Phase.
Any stage in a series of events, change, or development.
Examples:
Enter on the last phase. Two-phase structure. The era of the Industrial Revolution was a crucial phase of history.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples:
Eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Saturate.
To completely fill or soak something with a substance, to completely permeate or imbue something with a particular quality or element, to make something thoroughly absorbed.
Examples:
Saturate the market. Saturate the cloth with water. To enhance the flavor, the chef decided to saturate the meat with a flavorful marinade.
Population.
The total number of people in a country, region, or location.
Examples:
Population change. Labor population. In just 4 years, the population has doubled.
Plateau.
An elevated, relatively level expanse of land, typically vast and extending over a large area, a state or period of little or no change following a period of growth, development, or progress.
Examples:
Plateau region. Plateau in performance. The hikers finally reached the plateau after a long climb up the mountain.
Diffuse.
Spread out widely, not concentrated in one place.
Examples:
Diffuse bleeding. Diffuse cloud. Direct lighting is preferable to diffuse lighting when reading.
Random.
Made, done, or happening without method, conscious decision, or any regular pattern.
Examples:
A random choice. Bombs fell at random. To find drunk drivers, police conduct random tests.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Represent.
To speak, act, or be present on behalf of another person or group, to form or constitute.
Examples:
Represent by a diagram. The characters that represent numbers. We elected him to represent us at the international conference.
Occupy.
To consume all of someone's space, attention, or time.
Examples:
Occupy his time. Occupy a position. The young prince will soon occupy the throne.
Locate.
To specify or determine the exact position of someone or something.
Examples:
Locate a missing pet. Locate a tumor. The robot can accurately locate construction material.
Spouse.
A person's husband, wife, or partner in marriage.
Examples:
Spouse tax deduction. Spouse visa. The spouse of the politician was a constant presence at campaign events.
Instance.
A particular example or single occurrence of something.
Examples:
For instance. Notable instance. These articles cite 5 instances of climate change.
Transmit.
To send or forward an electronic signal, to pass something from one person or thing to another.
Examples:
Transmit the disease. Transmit information. Parents often transmit their characteristics to their children.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Influence.
The ability to affect someone's or something's character, growth, or behavior, or the effect itself.
Examples:
Influence a child's future. Influence the daily life. The former emperor had a particular influence even after he abdicated.
Altruistic.
Showing a selfless and disinterested concern for the happiness and well-being of other people.
Examples:
Altruistic behavior. Altruistic instincts in social animals. The company tried to build an altruistic image.
Charitable.
Giving money, food, or help free to those who are poor or in need, full of love and generosity.
Examples:
charitable organizations, charitable deeds. He is always charitable to the poor.
Posit.
To suggest or accept something as fact or as a basis for argument or consideration.
Examples:
posit the existence of life after death. Posit the premise. We should posit several hypotheses to discuss the matter.
Immediately.
Now or without delay.
Examples:
immediately recall a product. Write him an answer immediately. A suspension order from the court is effective immediately.
Grasp.
To take hold of something or someone quickly and firmly.
Examples:
grasp his hand. Grasp a chance. They spent a lot of time trying to grasp the current situation.
Numb.
Unable to feel physical sensation and movement, not showing human feeling or sensitivity.
Examples:
numb with cold. A numb mind. My left arm became numb.
Degree.
A unit of measurement for angles, temperature, or level of proficiency or achievement, a rank or level of academic or professional attainment.
Examples:
bachelor's degree. Degree centigrade. She received her degree in psychology from the university.
Nod.
To lower and raise one's head, sometimes several times, as to show approval, agreement, greeting, or confirmation.
Examples:
nod at each other. Nod courteously. She nodded quietly in response to the question.
Addition.
The act or process of adding something to something else, the process of adding numbers.
Examples:
chemical addition. Addition of vectors. In addition, private corporations provide healthcare services.
Appreciate.
To value and acknowledge the worth of someone or something, to be grateful for something or someone.
Examples:
appreciate her feedback. Appreciate the value. We would appreciate an early reply.
Cultivate.
To prepare and foster land for growing crops or plants.
Examples:
cultivate a field. Cultivate relationships. University is a great place to cultivate our minds and expertise.
Intuition.
The ability to understand or know something without reasoning or evidence, a feeling that guides a person to do or believe something without fully understanding why.
Examples:
creative intuition. Intuition research. Some studies suggest that people's intuitions can be influenced by their experiences and biases.
Deadly.
Likely to cause or capable of causing death.
Examples:
Fight against the deadly disease. A deadly weapon. The members of religious organizations released deadly poisonous gas on a subway train.
Obvious.
Easy to see, discover, or understand.
Examples:
Obvious reasons. His conclusion was obvious. There are obvious differences between the two wine-producing regions.
Juicy.
Containing much liquid, often used to describe fresh fruit or meat, interesting or exciting, often because it is scandalous or revealing.
Examples:
Juicy gossip. Juicy fruit. The burger was so juicy that it dripped down my hand as I ate it.
Gossip.
Conversation or discussion about other people's personal affairs, often of a trivial or idle nature involving sharing rumors, hearsay, or speculation about the lives of others.
Examples:
Gossip magazine. Celebrity gossip. I heard some juicy gossip about our coworker at the water cooler.
Immediate.
Happening or done without delay or occurring shortly after something else.
Examples:
Take immediate effect. The immediate past. Both forts were subject to immediate attacks.
Appreciation.
The act of recognizing and valuing the worth or importance of something or someone, gratitude or thankfulness, an increase in value over time.
Examples:
Express my appreciation. Appreciation for diversity. The artist received a lot of appreciation for his latest work.
Virtue.
High moral standards in behavior or attitudes.
Examples:
Virtue of frugality. Acquire a virtue. She had many good virtues and few faults.
Structural.
Associated with the way on construction or organization of anything.
Examples:
Structural analyses. Structural reorganization. The earthquake resulted in significant structural destruction.
Formal.
Following established, public, or official forms and conventions, often in a serious or somber manner.
Examples:
A formal festival. Formal request. The event required formal attire, so he wore a suit and tie.
ID.
A part of the psyche that represents the unconscious desires and instincts of an individual. In psychoanalytic theory, it is believed to be the most basic and primal part of the human psyche, also ID, short for identification, a document or card that proves a person's identity, such as a driver's license, passport, or national ID card.
Examples:
The ID ego. ID card. I forgot my ID at home and needed it to enter the club.
Sensor.
A device that receives a signal or stimulus such as heat, pressure, light, motion, etc., and responds to it in a specific manner.
Examples:
Motion sensor lighting. An image sensor. This automatic door could no longer be opened due to a sensor failure.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Monitor.
To observe, check, and track the progress or quality of something over a period of time.
Examples:
Monitor an exam. Monitor the data carefully. They used a special receiver to monitor police radio channels.
Contract.
A legally binding agreement between two or more parties, setting out their rights and obligations to each other, typically in writing and enforceable by law.
Examples:
Employment contract. Contract law. The company signed a contract with the supplier for the delivery of goods.
Refer.
To direct someone's attention, thoughts, or questions to another source or person, to mention, cite, or allude to something as evidence or support.
Examples:
Refer to a book. Refer to a map. Please refer to the instruction manual for further assistance.
Panel.
A square or rectangular and flat piece of something that forms a distinct section or component of something, a small group of specialists who discuss particular topics or give their advice or opinion about something.
Examples:
Panel discussion. Cost of solar panels. A panel of economic advisors from the United States visited the country to help rebuild its economy.
Shift.
A slight transition in position, direction, or trend.
Examples:
Doppler shift. Major paradigm shift. Could you help me shift some furniture?
Cumulative.
Increasing or growing by one addition after another.
Examples:
Cumulative improvement. Cumulative damage. The cumulative effect of years of neglect had taken its toll on the old building.
Peak.
The point to which something or someone is at its strongest, best, or most successful, the pointed top of a mountain.
Examples:
At peak hour. The peak current in the circuit. This measurement aims to reduce traffic at peak periods.
Impending.
About to happen or occur, close in time, imminent.
Examples:
Impending doom. Impending crisis. We must prepare for the impending storm expected to hit our area.
Feasible.
Capable of being or likely to be made, done, or achieved.
Examples:
Economically feasible. Feasible assumption. It is not feasible and inefficient to complete many tasks at once.
Ethical.
Of or relating to principles about what is right and wrong, or the branch of knowledge dealing with these.
Examples:
An ethical doctrine. Shoulder ethical responsibility. The president must have the highest ethical standards.
Frank.
Honest and sincere, open and candid in expression.
Examples:
Frank and open discussion. Make a frank apology. Full involvement means frank and prompt responses.
Exploit.
To make full use of and gain an advantage from resources, opportunities, etc.
Examples:
Exploit a security hole. Exploit a valuable opportunity. We exploit our mining resources to strengthen our national power.
Paradox.
A statement, situation, or person that has two opposite facts or features and therefore seems impossible, is difficult to understand, or is strange.
Examples:
French paradox. The paradox of the heap. There are many theories to explain this paradox.
Misanthrope.
A person who dislikes or distrusts humankind, typically showing a general hatred or disdain for human society or social interaction.
Examples:
Cynical misanthrope. Reclusive misanthrope. The novel paints the protagonist as a maladjusted misanthrope, unable to fit into society or connect meaningfully with others.
Nominate.
To propose someone for a position, especially in politics or an organization, or some honor.
Examples:
Nominate him for an award. Nominate government representatives. The organization nominated her to be the next president.
Essence.
The basic or most important part or quality of something that makes it what it is.
Examples:
Vanilla essence. Universal essence. University teaches the art of understanding the essence of the matter.
Intuitive.
Obtained through feelings rather than facts or proof.
Examples:
Intuitive eating. Intuitive judgment. I had an intuitive feeling that I might be pregnant.
Perimeter.
The outer boundary of an area, or the length of this boundary, the distance around the edge of something.
Examples:
Perimeter fence. Perimeter fence. The guard patrolled the perimeter of the building.
Construct.
To build or create something, to assemble or combine different parts to form something whole.
Examples:
Construct a 3D image. Construct a dam. He constructs hypotheses that no mathematician has ever imagined before.
Typical.
Having the usual characteristics or traits of a specific group of things.
Examples:
Typical leader. Fairly typical symptoms. This artwork is typical of her work.
Peripheral.
Relating to, located on or near, or constituting an outer boundary or edge, not central or essential.
Examples:
Peripheral vision. Peripheral devices. The city's peripheral areas should be given more attention regarding infrastructure and resources.
Phenomenon.
Something that exists and can be perceptible, especially one that is not fully understood.
Examples:
Natural phenomenon. Historical phenomenon. A rainbow is a natural phenomenon.
Outbreak.
A sudden start of something, usually a disease or something dangerous or unpleasant.
Examples:
Infectious disease outbreaks. The outbreak of hostilities. The government predicts an epidemic outbreak of multiple viruses, including coronaviruses and influenza.
Undergraduate.
A student who is studying for their first degree at a university or other higher education institution.
Examples:
Engineering undergraduate. Undergraduate course. The class was composed of both undergraduate and graduate students.
Stud.
A small object with a head on one end and a sharp point on the other, used for fastening clothing, leather, or other materials. An animal used for breeding, typically a male horse or bull that is of superior breeding stock. Verb, to decorate or adorn with studs, to provide with studs for support.
Examples:
Horse stud. Wall stud. He bought a new stud to attach the strap to his watch.
Passive.
Characterized by a lack of activity or initiative, not actively participating or engaging in something, marked by a tendency to accept things without resistance or opposition.
Examples:
Passive response. Passive vocabulary. The passive approach taken by the government towards climate change is concerning.
Actively.
In a way that involves taking action or participating actively, with energy and determination.
Examples:
actively participate, actively engage. I am actively looking for a new job opportunity.
Advance:
to go or move forward, to develop in a positive way.
Examples:
advance the technology, advance a cooperative relationship. Scientific knowledge will advance significantly with the power of AI.
Analyst:
someone whose job is to examine something to learn or understand more about it.
Examples:
banking analyst, senior research analyst. The analyst concluded that bankruptcy was inevitable.
Blip:
a sudden and small, and typically temporary, change or deviation from a general trend.
Examples:
temporary blip, minor blip. The stock market had one bad blip today.
Diverge:
to move or extend in different directions from a common point, to branch off or deviate from a path or course.
Examples:
diverge from tradition, diverge from the main topic. As tectonic plates diverge, new oceanic crust is formed along mid-ocean ridges.
Shifting:
constantly changing or moving.
Examples:
shifting balance, continuously shifting landscape. Trends in the fashion industry are so shifting that it is challenging to keep up with them.
Indicate:
to show, point out, or make known something, often through a sign or a symbol, to suggest or imply something without stating it directly.
Examples:
indicate a preference, indicate an error. The data indicates that the company's profits have steadily increased over the past quarter.
Technique:
a particular way or art of doing something that needs skill.
Examples:
a technique in martial arts, the technique applied to construction. Jockey's superior technique brought him victory.
Pathogen:
a bacterium, virus, or other microorganism that causes disease.
Examples:
plant pathogen, the pathogen in the air. mRNA vaccines are approved faster because they do not contain inactivated pathogens.
Proportion:
a part, share, or amount of something considered in comparative relation to a whole.
Examples:
direct proportion, a building of vast proportions. He is more concerned about the proportion of his body fat than usual because of an upcoming bodybuilding competition.
Bloom:
a flower, especially one having showy or colorful parts, the best time of youth.
Examples:
bloom in autumn, Black and white blooms. The cherry blossoms in the park were in full bloom.
Slope.
A surface with one end or side that is higher than the other.
Examples:
An abrupt slope. Slide down a slope on a ski. The hut stands on the slope of a mountain.
Approaching.
Drawing nearer in time or space, coming close to someone or something.
Examples:
Approaching deadline. Approaching retirement. The approaching storm clouds filled the sky with ominous darkness.
Bang.
To hit or cause to hit something in a way that makes a loud noise.
Examples:
Bang his fist on a desk. Bang a phone down. My father tried to bang mathematics into my head since childhood.
Visualize.
To form a mental image or concept of something, to make something visible.
Examples:
Visualize data. Visualize flying through space. She tried to visualize the layout of the new house in her mind.
Restricted.
Limited in extent, number, scope, or action, especially by official rules, laws, etc.
Examples:
Restricted area. Lactose-restricted diet. The country has designated our products as restricted import goods.
Norm.
Something that is regarded as usual, typical, or standard.
Examples:
Norm of action. Cultural norm. The systems we have developed has accepted as industry norms.
Criminal.
A person who has committed a crime.
Examples:
Wanted criminal. Criminal investigation. The police are searching for the criminal who stole the jewels.
Vaccinate.
To treat with a vaccine, usually by injection, to produce immunity against a disease.
Examples:
Vaccinate against scarlet fever. Vaccinate every year. The nurse vaccinated the children in the school.
Relate.
To establish a connection or association between two or more things, to narrate or tell about an event, experience, or relationship, to empathize or feel sympathy with someone or something.
Examples:
Relate a story. Relate a message. He tried to relate his experience to the group, but they couldn't understand.
Broadcast.
To send out a program or some information on radio or television.
Examples:
Broadcast a concert. Broadcast a radio ad. Most of the programs are broadcast in this area.
Uniform.
Always the same, showing a single form or character in all occurrences. Noun, the special set of clothes worn by members of a particular group as a means of identification.
Examples:
At a uniform temperature. Our school uniform. This country has a nationally uniform culture.
Specific.
Clearly defined or particular to a certain thing or situation, distinct, explicit, and precise.
Examples:
Specific instructions. Industry-specific regulations. The scientist conducted a study that provided specific details about the species' behavior.
Intervention.
The action or process of being done to improve or help a circumstance, often they have not been asked to do so.
Examples:
Intervention by foreign powers. Surgical intervention. This intervention does not require the patient's consent.
Notion.
A general idea or understanding of something, particularly an abstract or complex concept, a belief or opinion, often one that is not based on solid evidence or facts.
Examples:
Notion of success. Vague notion. The notion of time travel has long fascinated scientists and fiction writers alike.
Herd.
A group of animals of the same type that live or are kept together as livestock.
Examples:
Herd of cattle. The common herd. He was riding herd on the sheep during the day.
Immunity.
The ability of an organism to resist infection or disease, often due to the presence of antibodies.
Examples:
Immunity booster. Immunity response. Vaccination is an effective way to build immunity against diseases.
Immune.
Protected against a particular disease or toxin due to the presence of specific antibodies or sensitized white blood cells.
Examples:
Immune from criminal prosecution. The cell of the immune system. The vaccination does not necessarily make you completely immune.
Immunization.
The process of making a person or animal immune to a specific disease by administering a vaccine or other preventative measure.
Examples:
Immunization program. Childhood immunization. Due to the success of immunization programs, certain diseases, such as smallpox, have been eradicated.
Surround.
To be all around something or somebody.
Examples:
Surround a town. A stone wall surrounds the palace. On 3 sides, mountains surround the settlement.
Estimate.
To guess or calculate the cost, the size, value, etc. of something.
Examples:
Estimate of fair value. Estimate this chicken to weigh 3 pounds. We estimated the season's total trade deficit at $50 billion.
Vaccine.
A substance that is put into the body and protects them from disease by causing them to produce antibodies, equals proteins that attack harmful bacteria, viruses, etc.
Examples:
Development of vaccines. An oral vaccine. The mRNA vaccine was approved in less than a year because it did not contain the fragments of the target virus.
Dose.
A quantity or amount of medicine or a drug that is taken or administered at one time, typically measured out in specific units, a similar measure of exposure to a harmful substance or radiation.
Examples:
Dose adjustment. Daily dose. She took the recommended dose of medication to treat her headache.
Efficiency.
The state or quality of doing something well with no waste of input such as time or money.
Examples:
Better fuel efficiency. An energy efficiency. Our company must continue to strive for greater efficiency.
Strict.
Strongly limiting someone's freedom, allowing no deviation from a standard, rule, belief, etc.
Examples:
Strict compliance regime. In strict secrecy. Too strict a regulation for the private sector will stifle innovation.
Constraint.
A limit or restriction on something, such as an action, behavior, or thought.
Examples:
Constraint on business activity. Strict time constraints. The budget constraint forced them to make difficult decisions.
Distribute.
To give something to a large number of individuals, or to spread or furnish something.
Examples:
Distribute wealth evenly. Distribute video content. His estate was distributed to his sons.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Foster.
To promote a growth, to take care of another person's child, usually for a limited time, without becoming their legal parents.
Examples:
Foster a better relationship. Foster 2 kids. The pastor contributed to fostering the sense of a community embracing all classes.
Advertise.
To draw attention to something such as a product, service, or event in public, to encourage people to buy, use, or attend it.
Examples:
Advertise the campaign. Advertise on social media. We want to advertise our company through your media.
Achieve.
To successfully complete a task or goal, often through hard work, perseverance, and dedication, to attain or accomplish something that one has set out to do.
Examples:
Achieve success. Achieve milestones. I will work hard to achieve my goals and realize my dreams.
Nowadays.
At the current time, in comparison to the past.
Examples:
Young people nowadays. Not to be seen nowadays. People can clone a sheep nowadays.
Volume.
The amount of space occupied by an object or substance, the magnitude of sound.
Examples:
Volume of work. High volume. This container has a volume of 10 cubic meters.
Obtain.
To get something, especially by making a great effort.
Examples:
Obtain a license. Obtain a bid. Where can I obtain the application form?
Query.
A question or inquiry, often used in the context of research, information gathering, or data analysis, a request for information.
Examples:
Query language. Query result. I had a query about my bank statement and called customer service for an explanation.
Doubt.
A feeling of being uncertain about something, especially about how good or accurate it is.
Examples:
Dispel doubts. No doubt about the news. Doubt is the start, not the end, of intelligence.
Feat.
A notable or impressive achievement, especially one that requires great skill or bravery.
Examples:
Intellectual feat. Feat accomplishment. It is an incredible feat to climb Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world.
Interaction.
The act of connecting with someone, mainly when working, playing, or spending time with them.
Examples:
The interaction between man and his environment. Interaction among human beings. The interaction of the two groups is good for brainstorming.
Era.
A period that is distinct from others, typically in history.
Examples:
Dawn of a new era. The era of the Renaissance. Political corruption was common throughout the post-war era.
Massive.
Enormous amount, very heavy and solid.
Examples:
Massive amounts. Massive stars. The recent economic downturn has resulted in massive layoffs.
Intervene.
To intentionally get involved in a situation to improve it or prevent it from getting worse.
Examples:
Intervene in a dispute. Intervene between quarreling parties. Following international law, our country does not intervene in the internal affairs of our neighbors.
Upload.
To transfer digital data or files from a local computer or device to a remote server or network, the act of transferring such data or files.
Examples:
Upload files. Upload documents to the portal. I need to upload these pictures to my computer to edit them.
Administer.
To oversee and control the operation or arrangement of something.
Examples:
Administer justice. Administer the funds. After the accident, 3 governmental bodies administer the company.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal, a systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective, a method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Fuel.
A substance that is typically burned to generate heat or energy.
Examples:
Biomass fuel. Smokeless fuel. The manufacturing sector was most severely impacted by the fuel scarcity.
Recession.
A period of economic decline, typically lasting for 6 months or more, during which trade and industrial activity decrease, and unemployment increases.
Examples:
Recession period. Recover from a recession. The country is facing a recession, with high unemployment and low GDP.
Velocity.
The rate of change of an object's position with respect to time, often measured in meters per second, m/s.
Examples:
Initial velocity. High velocity. The velocity of the car was too fast for the road conditions.
Moving.
Causing strong emotions or feelings, especially sadness or sympathy.
Examples:
Moving experience. Moving ceremony. His moving speech about his struggles with addiction brought tears to the audience's eyes.
Highway.
A main road, especially one connecting major towns or cities.
Examples:
Highway system. An interstate highway. I'm going to take the highway to get to my destination faster.
Traffic.
The movement of vehicles, people, or goods along a route or through a transport system. the amount of such movement in a particular place or at a particular time.
Examples:
Traffic jam. Heavy traffic. We decided to take a detour to avoid the construction traffic on the main road.
Jam.
A situation in which something becomes stuck because of a dense crowd of people, vehicles, etc., a preserve of crushed fruit.
Examples:
A traffic jam. A jar of jam. The shredder in the print room often has paper jams.
Subscribe.
To agree to receive or support something, often through payment or regular participation, to sign up for or enroll in something, such as a publication, service, or program.
Examples:
Subscribe to the service. Subscribe a petition. I want to subscribe to the newsletter to stay up to date on industry news.
Prescribe.
Of a doctor, to advise and order the use of particular medicine or treatment for someone, especially in writing, to issue commands or orders for something.
Examples:
Prescribe a drug. Prescribe in the preceding paragraph. Federal bankruptcy laws prescribe the reorganization process.
Pharmaceutical.
Relating to the production and selling of the medical drugs.
Examples:
Major pharmaceutical companies. Commercial pharmaceutical products. She gave money to help set up a pharmaceutical laboratory.
Temperature.
The degree of hotness or coldness of a thing or place.
Examples:
Extreme temperatures. The atmospheric temperature. Cities around the world set records for highest temperatures this summer.
Minimal.
Tiny in amount, the least possible.
Examples:
Minimal effort. Minimal amount. The process was carried out at minimal cost.
Subsequent.
Happening or occurring later or after something else.
Examples:
Over subsequent months. Reduce subsequent mortality. In the subsequent meeting, the team discussed ways to improve productivity.
Glob.
A small, round mass or lump, a drop or blob of liquid or viscous substance.
Examples:
Glob of paint. Glob of honey. She squeezed a glob of toothpaste onto her toothbrush.
Participate.
To take part in something.
Examples:
Participate fully in conversation. Participate in the program. The majority of students actively participated in the college's intramural sports program.
Wikipedia.
An online encyclopedia that allows users to contribute and edit articles collaboratively, a vast and frequently updated repository of information on a wide range of topics.
Examples:
Wikipedia entry, Wikipedia article. Not all teachers accept citing Wikipedia as a valid source for academic papers.
Photograph.
A picture or image that is produced by a camera, a visual representation or record of a person, object, or scene that has been captured electronically or on film.
Examples:
Photograph album, photograph memories. I found an old photograph of my grandparents from their wedding day.
Elect.
To choose someone for a specific position by voting for them, to decide or choose to do something.
Examples:
Elect the school board, elect death. Every 5 years, the provincial governors are elected.
Avail.
To help or benefit, to use or take advantage of.
Examples:
Avail you little. Avail ourselves of this opportunity. Their financing options are reasonable and easy to avail.
Herald.
To be a sign or indication of something to come, to proclaim or announce something publicly, often with great enthusiasm or fanfare.
Examples:
Herald the news. Herald a new era. The sound of the trumpet heralded the arrival of the king.
Computation.
The act or process of calculating something, especially an answer or amount, by using a machine or calculator.
Examples:
Parallel computation. Theory of computation. The researcher demonstrated the superiority of quantum computation in several mathematical tasks.
Invention.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation, the act of inventing.
Examples:
The invention of new techniques. Common invention. Necessity is the mother of invention.
Telescope.
A device like a tube in shape containing lenses used to magnify and observe distant objects.
Examples:
A binocular telescope. Look through a telescope. This facility has the largest astronomical telescope in the country.
Heaven.
Of various religious and mythological traditions, a place or state of existence considered to be the abode of the divine, the afterlife, or a higher realm of being, a state of great happiness, contentment, or beauty.
Examples:
Ascend to heaven. Heaven on earth. He felt like heaven when he tasted the delicious chocolate cake. Microscope. An instrument used to see objects or substances that are too small to be seen with the naked eye.
Examples:
Microscope slide. Electron microscope. I used an optical microscope to observe the small organisms in the water sample.
Entirely.
Completely.
Examples:
Entirely satisfied with the meal. He was entirely to blame. Later, his claim was found to be entirely false.
Well-being.
The state of being happy and healthy and prosperous.
Examples:
The well-being of a nation. A sense of well-being. We are responsible for the care and well-being of all our employees.